So now this is the front elevation we are having. This is our front. It's a very small building, not too big. The roofing work is ongoing. Little by little we get there. Yes, with the roofing, this is where we are now. Trying to pull the design. And you know, this is how it has become. Today on roofing, but let me give you a little tip on how you can make decisions that may reduce your cost in building. Naturally, you can see this area is a dry area on a high ground. You can see the lower areas over there. You can see the climb, which this area also climbs. So it is on a hilly, a little hip area, which make it very high in a way. So I don't need to go for a higher foundation that may cost me more in the filling. Though it's high, looking around you could see it's very high. Very high, there must be some steps before you get to it, but it is already on the higher side, so you don't need to spend much within. For these two, I don't buy the filling because around I grade around and fill within, so it reduces the cost of filling. So these are tips to make your building less in costing. You first is naturally know where to choose your land. When it is on a hilly, steepy area, different how it's going to be designed. So in all two designs to take part. At the end of the day, when you get inside from the back, inside here, you assess this area as the dining, then the kitchen. So there is a way here into the living room. You can see the living room is a half deck. Since it is very huge area, it is a half deck because one, when you are decking, when you are decking a larger area, then you must need a higher strength to be able to hold the dead loads. So it is designed in such a way that you may reduce the cost by not decking, or you could see this area, though it is cutting across with deck half, you could see the beam is upstanding beam. over there to hold the load that is coming on. So when you walk on, you don't hear anything. It doesn't sag, it doesn't do nothing. So the designing is also one aspect of it. You may ask, oh, why is it that this area there is a blockage within? Yeah, you can't just put a pillar there and just leave it. So at the end of the day, the design is such a way that there is a storeroom within, which is also carrying mm, the load at the top because it's a wider area, which gives you the opportunity to insert columns that can hold the floor. So at the end of the day, you don't have wider spaces that need high tensile and others. Secondly, you could see we have no much divisions. From this room, you could see it's a room, first room, then the second room. So after the peripheral, the outside wall, I may say the outside walls, we have one division, which is one line here. This wall serves as one line. Then apart from this over here, it also serves as another line. So we have only two lines within. When you are taking the vertical lines, we have only two vertical lines within. Yes, at the top now, here is a vast area, a family area, very big one. So we don't have many divisions in. Oh, you can see. You can see through the hall at the top, living room. You can see when you are standing here. You will see this to be waste effort. The step to the roof being waste effort, but it's serving two purposes. This is a vast area where it may cost you on wood making a high thrust here because this is the middle of the roof which carries all the weight. So you can see this area created is also serving as a carrier to the or trusses to the roof and also can access the poly tank at the back there. So that's it. You can see things to reduce your costs within this porch is an area. It has been designed in such a way that you could see it as a cantilever just leaning by it at the side. But there is a enforcement tool. Yes. When this is a cantilever, you have to retain the bars because you need it is hanging. So if something like hanging, you have to give more strength to it so it can stand. But this, because it's not hanging, very durable, but still can serve the purposes of it. So designing also take part in the cost. Yes, it is so important when designing or choosing the type of room. We don't have more corners within this. You could see it is an open concept where no more division. So at the end of the day, it's going to reduce your plaster size. It's going to reduce mm, many things. Many things, I must say. So that is one way of reducing cost when building. One is naturally choosing your land. That is very, very important. But because when you choose at a muddy area, there's nothing you can do. For that, there's nothing you can do than to go in for a higher strength that can be able to withstand all pressures. So for that, there's nothing you can do. Or you know how you choose your land. Secondly, the designs too. You know how to go about them. If not, you will end up, oh, I want a place to put my head. But the thing is that when you start having taste. And you start something, you start having taste. So by the end, maybe you have your dream house, but you've chosen what maybe you haven't planned for. So that's it. Thank you. And you don't forget to building is a generational something. We are building for the next generation to come and enjoy it. So you don't have to compromise with quality for that. When nature give you the opportunity to cut corners, that's fine. But you can't force corners to be cast. If not, you would have built, but you don't have a building. Yes, it's the little tip I must share with you. You must build. All right, there's a building, a structure standing, but what is called building is different from maybe what you are having. So you don't have to compromise with anything. When nature gives you the opportunity to minimize your cost, that's fine. Thank you.
So that was my builder for you, and I hope these few tips will help you make the right decision, during your process of building your dream house. If you need help, we are always here to assist you. So I think this brings us to the end of today's episode. I really do appreciate your time spent here on the channel. Please don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in my next episode. Let's get to it.